Okay, now let's see what will happen once this load is being applied with some eccentricity with the axis of the column or the footing. Okay, so due to this eccentricity, the pressure distribution, as you can see in case of a concentric footing, pressure distribution was uniform, right? But once you have applied your load eccentrically, the pressure distribution will not be uniform. It will vary, and this variation will depend on the magnitude of the eccentricity. How? Well, before discussing how this magnitude of eccentricity affect this pressure distribution, we will assume that our footing has a rectangular area. Okay, so this is only for the discussion purpose, right? So once we have a rectangular footing and we have an axial load and also a bending moment M, okay, which we have represented by this eccentricity of this axial load, and in this plan you can see that the moment is being applied like this about this axis, right? So due to this axial load, okay, so if we have a simply axial load and a footing with area A, what is the pressure here? Simple, P by A. And let's say we have a cross section like this where we are applying some moment. What is the stress? Compressive or tensile stress? Simply at any direction from the neutral axis Y, we can find out the stress as My by I. I is the moment of inertia about the neutral axis. So here we are applying the moment about this axis. So about this axis, what is the I? Simply B times LQ, L is the depth here, by 12, right? And the maximum stress will happen at this edge, just like the beam cross section. If we have any beam cross section like this where we are applying a moment about this neutral axis, the maximum stress will occur at the top and at the bottom, right? The same thing also happen here. Okay, so the stress due to this bending moment M is coming as My divided by I. Got it? Now if you simply put A as the BL and I as BLQ by 12 and Y as L by 2, because the total depth of the footing is L and the maximum distance from this neutral axis to the further